partner in establishing the Center for Molecular Biology and Regenerative Medicine. He has more than 40 publications in index journals. He is a co-investigator in 4 research projects. We are really honored, sir, and privileged to have you among us today, sir. Welcome, sir.
Thank you very much, Kartika, and it's a great pleasure to connect back to all of you at NGP Institute of Technology, Coimbatore, and the ECE department. It's a pleasure to be here, and I would like to convey my regards to the organizers for giving me an opportunity to share my thoughts. Thank you once again for making me a part of this AICT sponsored faculty development program workshop. So can I start and share the screen, Kartika?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You can start the session, sir.
Yeah, my small request, Kartika, would be that, if you are there, I would require your help at certain point of time. I would be interacting with the participants after some, group activities or kind of reflections from their end.
Yes,
so I just want to see that, everybody is there. It's a post-lunch session, which is very difficult to handle many times. So I'll try to see that the participants are engaged, and it's a quite long session also. I don't know exactly what time I might finish. So I need your help. I hope you are there with me.
Sure, sir. I'll be there throughout the session, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Kartika. Right?
Thank you, sir.
I'll start sharing the screen now.
Yes, sir.
Is it visible?
Yes, sir. It's visible, sir.
Yeah, fine. I think that is one of the most asked questions nowadays. Is my screen visible and am I audible? Right. So good afternoon, everyone. And this is the last session of the 7-day faculty development program that you have registered for. And the final session is on empowering leadership traits among teachers. So like Dr. Kartika introduced me, there are multiple portfolios which I handle, and one of them is I'm a convener for the Center for Continuous Learning for Professional Excellence. And the center here in our university it mainly promotes faculty development programs amongst teachers, like what you have undergone in this last 7 days. And based on the UGC recommendations as well as the AICT recommendations, we develop our own faculty development programs, whether it is an orientation course, whether it is a refresher course, or whether it is a 15-day, 7-day faculty development program. We are organizing that from the CCLP in our university. So that's a brief introduction, and thanks to Kartika for a generous introduction for me. First, I in the beginning itself said that I would like to have this workshop as a two-way, not a one-way. And good that it's on a Google platform. I don't need to unmute you anytime. You are always free to unmute yourself and please speak. Right? So you all have enrolled for this workshop. I just wanted to know what was the reason for coming onto this workshop, because this is the last session. I might probably be taking cues from the other speakers and what happened in the last 7 days, and then end up this session for the organizers. So anybody would like to comment on why did you enroll for this workshop? Yeah, can I have few inputs? Yeah, Sai Sudhir. Sai Sudhir. Or can we have your responses on the chat box?
Participants, you can either unmute yourself and share your views, or you can post it in the chat box.
Yeah, Arul has said interested to know. So Yeah, Dr. Maitri.
So, very good afternoon. This is Dr. Mangai from SFR College, Sivahasi, sir. Nice to
Yeah,
introduce myself to you.
yeah.
The reason why I wanted to participate in this program, 7 day program, is that this topic this is developing our moral values, ethics, and empowering ourselves. That is made me got interested in it. Okay, let us learn something better than what we have learned already or what we have known already, and we can import the same to our students also. That is the reason why I've participated, or I'm just now
That's
part of this. Yes, sir. Thank you,
that's
sir.
very nice to hear, man.
Thank you, sir.
And hope the workshop has met your expectations.
Definitely, sir.
Yeah. Anybody else who would like to share your views regarding what was the purpose of enrolling onto this workshop?
Sir, good afternoon.
Yeah, Dr. Maitri.
Yes, sir, good afternoon. I'm sorry, I got disconnected, so I was not able to respond at that point of time.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. In fact, thank you so much, the FDP team, to offer me an opportunity to give this feedback. I'm Dr. Matri, and I'm an associate professor at a Guru Gobind Singh Indraprastha University, New Delhi, affiliated college, and I teach MBA students from last 15, 16 years, right? I must
Okay.
say, I must say this FDP was well planned and executed. All the details have been planned meticulously to facilitate participants in the best possible manner. I'm thankful to the college, to the FDP team to provide this knowledgeable platform to one and all the participants. On behalf of all the participants, I would like to pay my sincere gratitude to all the subject expert and the team. Indeed, all the resource persons were nicely picked. They were the subject expert, highly knowledgeable, and had a very good command on their subject matter. All the lectures were highly interactive, interesting, informative, and enriching, which has added value to our lectures. I would like to congratulate to Principal Sir, Convener Mans, and all the FDP team for completing it successfully. All the best to the participants and all the members.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Dr. Maitri. And I will just come back to the presentation. Yeah. So there could be many reasons why what you have come here, but always we want to know good things what are happening across in different institutions, and learn from each other's experiences and gain out of the knowledge which is being shared. So that's what many of you have expressed. So the objectives for today's session is understand the concepts of leadership, try to know what are the qualities of a leader. We'll do some self-assessment of personality traits and see what is the strong points within us and how we can improve upon ourselves. Then understanding the leadership roles in academic institutions. We all are belonging to an academic institution and we play different roles in our academic institutions. Even the background from which we all are, it's different. So right now I interacted with a MBA teacher. There could be somebody who's there are many from the engineering institution is hosting this. I am from a medical background. So we have come from different background. We are but the common thing is we all are working in an academic institution, and the roles of a faculty in an academic institutions are quite similar, and that is why we all share the same platform. So what are those different roles that we play in an academic institution, and what is the way forward and reflections on the leadership? So that is where I would like to conclude this session with. It's quite a long session, 2.5 hours, which has been planned on the schedule. I don't know whether I'll be able to take 2.5 hours, but definitely what message I want to convey to you, if I'm able to convey that, I feel that I've done my job. Right? So let's look at the first thing, understanding the concepts of leadership. So the word leadership actually comes from the Anglo-Saxon word which is called which is laden, meaning to go. and it was defined as guiding, conducting, proceeding, or being the foremost. So the word leadership has come from this word leaden, and it meant to go. That was means go for. But over a period of time, there has been so many definitions of leadership, and this leadership has been defined in terms of individual traits, leadership behavior, interaction patterns, relationships, follower perceptions, influence over the followers, influence on the task goals, and influence of the organizational culture. And because of its importance and so much of diverse roles and diverse perception what we have about leadership, it's so diverse, and it cannot be pinpointed. There are so many people who have tried to define leadership, and in the books we see, in the literature we see more than 100 definitions of leadership. And in fact now they've gone to a certain extent that they have defined academic leadership, the leadership in industry, leadership in this thing. So there are many types of leadership which are being defined based on the background or based on the market where it is being addressed. But one leadership definition which I liked after going through some almost 30-40 definitions is leadership is a process of influencing the activities of an individual within a group in its effort towards goal achievement in given situation. Now, why I like this particular definition is it tells about a situation, and then it is talking about the leadership and how it is the process of influencing the activities. So it is not just influencing the people, influencing the it's about influencing the work, and it is influencing the outcomes of what is expected. So this is one of the definitions from Hersey and Blanchard which I liked and I shared with you. But definitely there are many other definitions and thought processes about leadership which I'm going to share in the next few minutes with you. So leadership, like I told you, there are more than hundreds of definitions, but I'm going to share some of them which are, a little different from each one, and they convey a different message. So leadership is the ability to develop a vision. So here, the person who defined this is talking about a vision, that a leader is a person who has a vision, and that vision should motivate others to move with a passion toward a common goal. So this definition, or here, it is emphasized that a person who is a leader should have a vision. If you look at one more definition, leadership is a process of influencing people. This definition is looking at mainly how the leadership is used, or leader is influencing people, and he is influencing people to accomplish the mission, inspire their commitment, and improve the organization. So they influence people to achieve these three goals, right? So here the focus is on influencing. This definition is talking about leadership is taking everyone in the organization together to achieve a common goal, right? So it's like binding people together. That is what is being talked about in this particular definition. So like I said, each and every definition of leadership, if you open and see, there are so many definitions, but each one of them is in a different context, and then a different message is being given from each one of them. Why I am taking each one of them is we can understand the competencies or the traits of a leader, and how we can nurture those traits within ourselves to hone our leadership skills. The leader is one who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. So in this particular definition by John Maxwell, it is mentioned that a leader is not just who has a vision, who has kind of influences people or thing, but a leader is one who knows the way. That means he works with the people. He knows what and how it has to be done. He sits with the people, he sits with his team, or he demonstrates how it can be done, or he goes the way. He has first traveled in that difficult path, and then he shows the way. So that is a kind of expectation from a leader, that when we are projecting ourselves as a leader in any of the aspects that I'm going to talk about later in the different roles that we play, there is an expectation that if I am to be a leader or if I have to lead, I should have gone that extra mile. I should have understood that what is the difficulties or what is the easier things, how it can be done in a better way, and then tell my friends or tell my colleagues how it has to be done, right? So this is one of the another trait of a leader, that he has gone through that process, he knows it how it is to be done, and then he tells others how it is to be done. One more important nice definition which I got is leadership is practiced not so much in words as in attitude and in actions. So today itself you had a morning session on the right attitude towards a higher altitude, means to reach a better altitude. So a lot has been told about attitude. So leadership, I cannot claim that I am a leader. I cannot go and tell everybody, see, I am a leader. Leadership is something which comes within, and it is the attitude and the actions which talk or which separate you as a leader. So if we are a group of 5 people just who met now and we have to start doing some kind of an activity, probably if this challenging time was not there and we all were probably registering for this workshop, we would have had a lot of group activities. We would have met each other in person. I would have interacted with you. You would have interacted with your groups. And in the groups, you would have noticed that suddenly somebody has taken a lead or charge in the group, right? So it is his attitude, his or her attitude and the actions that, they that leadership quality within them. So leadership is practiced not so much in words as an attitude and as an action. What is the difference between a leader and a boss? So boss usually kind of tells you what to do. He does not tell you how to do. So that becomes a major difference. So leaders measure success by passion and impact of the influence of the people they influence. So you can see in the image that the top, the person is sitting there and ordering the organization to move, but a leader is in the front, he's taking his team along and he's asking them to take the organization forward, right? So that's a difference between the boss and the leader. And one of the definitions also, I told you that the leader shows the way, who has gone the way, shows the way, and tells you how it is to be done. So the leaders measure success by passion and the impact of the people they influence, whereas bosses measure success by a title or rank in the hierarchy. So this is some difference. Again, leader versus manager, we can have a difference. This is mainly for what does a manager do and what does a leader do. So managers usually count the value. They are what is the value of this? How many students are you going to get? If you are going to start a program, or what is the extra revenue that you're going to get? What happens? So they are looking at the measurable outcomes, not the qualitative outcomes. And managers have subordinates. So they do not have teams, but they have subordinates. So he just tells what is to be done, and he doesn't show how it is to be done. And the manager manages tasks. So basically, he's given some tasks, so he just manages tasks. But what do leaders do? Leaders, they add value. That is, not only a program is being added, but there has been some kind of a societal impact, in the sense the students who come out through that particular program or a particular course, they are going to change the society. And that is what is societal value. So leaders add value. Then leaders have got followers. So definitely when a person is leading, people like to follow a particular leader and see, see, he had a success path. I want to follow him to get success. And there are people who will lead other people. So leaders lead people. There are certain traits or pillars of leadership, I should say. One is vision. Of all these definitions that I have shared with you, the concepts of leadership, what I want to share with you is a leader should have certain traits. One is he should have a shared vision. So vision is not just for myself that I want to be rich by this much. It is some common vision that we have, that I have, which is shared with others, and others also contribute to the vision, saying that no, not this, we should be reaching this milestone. So it is a shared vision. We all share a common vision. The leadership should lead the change. Lead the change in the sense he should undergo the process. He should understand the process first and then try to tell others or lead the team which he is having. He should empower people. I cannot expect people to perform when they do not have the tools to perform them. So I need to empower people to perform or perform a particular task. And I also need to keep inspiring people. So it's not just, that the work is done and I just say, okay, fine, you go now, the work is done. But I have to thank him. I have to, kind of acknowledge him so that he gets inspired to do more. Right? So also the other person also should feel inspired. Right? Last time he or she did the work. This time I or we should be doing the work. Right? So that is how people get inspired to do work rather than shying away from work. So these are some of the traits which I thought a leadership should have. That's a concept of leadership what I wanted to share with you. But before I move on further, there is a small break that I wanted to, not break I should say, but we will just understand from yourself that what do you think are the qualities of a good leader. So you can again put it back in the chat box, or yeah, so according to you, what would be the qualities of a leader? Dr. Maitri has shared a lot of thoughts on leadership. I'll just come back to that. So she says cognizance, curiosity, courage, cultural intelligence, commitment, collaboration, to revive, thrive, and survive in this volatile, uncertain, complex, ambiguous, diverse market. Motivation, teamwork, must be flexible to accept ideas from his team. Penmanship, that's a very nice terminology Shanmuga has added. Team, motivation, compassion. Yeah, any more thoughts on what are the qualities of a leader? Must listen to all. I was actually waiting for this. Rizwan has told that a leader should be a good listener. Yes, so involvement, that's right, Ram, to direct forces of followers to achieve the big goal. Decision making, transformational, decisiveness, compassion, and manifest compassion has come many times. Of course, all feel that the leader should have compassion. We cannot have leaders who do not have compassion. He should be transparent. Yeah, nice, Rizwan. I should listen to you sometime. So some important traits of a leader, qualities of a leader, I should say, are being shared with a lot of the participants. So another important is he should be transparent. So when I'm not transparent, or a leader is not transparent to his team, he is hiding something, the trust is lost. So that is also another important quality that a leader should have. Must be able to coordinate with team members. So that's what I was trying to tell, that should not be bossy. Yeah, fine. So some of these I have covered in the definitions itself, the concept of leadership. What is the concept of leadership? So we have seen in the concepts of leadership that these are the traits or the quality which should be there in a particular leader. So ability to delegate is what Aruna has shared, and I will also agree to it, because when we are trying to identify a person for a particular task, we should be knowing that he or she will be able to deliver or perform that. So it's important that we should be able to delegate. Resilience, that's quite an important character, because this period we have seen a lot of resilience was required to overcome this challenging period. So VC of an institute is leader or boss? That's a question. I'll come back to you, Rizwan, when we actually have a question answer session. Learning agility, that's nice. So thank you very much for your responses and inputs on what qualities are required to become a leader, right? So you have mentioned many things, but some of the additional things what I would like to highlight is on focus on we, not I. So if we have to do something, then it is not just I who can do it. It is a team which is required to do something useful, right? So the 10 traits what I share with my colleagues over here is that focus on we, not I, and try to make it as a habit that we will do it. It's our project. Let us look into how we can move further on this. So that word we makes a lot of difference, because people start believing that it is not just their work or my work, it is our work. And that's why the involvement, the dedication, the passion of the co-workers is much higher than when we say that we are going to do it and not use the word I. Right? And second important quality of a leader, which I always feel, is accept full responsibility. It is not a matter of success or failure. When you lead a team, and if at all the outcomes was not as expected, take responsibility. So if at all some ranking responsibility or some kind of a responsibility was given, or some organizing a webinar, let's talk about today's, this thing is a webinar. So a webinar has been organized, you are the key person, 7 days you have got so many speakers, almost more than 15 speakers who are there. So suddenly something goes wrong. So what do? You say, okay, I'm sorry, I take the responsibility. It happened because of me. I was supposed to do it, but it did not happen. So as a leader, when you take responsibility, people working under you immediately feel that they are also part of it, and they, next time when you do it, they will realize that okay, you take the responsibility for failure, you don't put it onto them, so they feel more comfortable when they are working with you. Then do the right thing. Now what is right on your perception. So it's your perception, and when it is right, you have a inner feeling that yes, what I'm doing is the right thing. If it goes wrong, nothing can be done, but definitely you conscious should say that you are doing the right thing. Then be a visionary. Be a visionary means not just have a big vision that I want to have a big thing. Visionary is which is practical, which is doable, and which can be achieved over a period of time. So that is what I mean by being a visionary. So you can have different goals or vision in your department or in your institution, and a different role what you want to become, but have certain vision that yes, at the end I want to be this. Then be passionate about winning. when you have achieved something, it has to be celebrated, or it has to be shown to others that yes, you have done it, or you have achieved it. So it needs passion. When we take a good picture of ourselves, we try to share it on the social media. Why? Because we are happy that we are happy the way I am looking around, or the way what has come out in that is good. So when we win, we should be passionate about what we have done, and we should share it with others. And keep a positive attitude. Attitude, in the previous session also has been told, a lot has been told about the attitude. A positive attitude, I will just say that, from the entire session, what you can make out is keep a positive attitude. Then build strong relationships. uh, be composed during tough times. Build strong relationships uh, is not just just shaking hand is a strongest thing, but the relationships are such that the other person trusts you, believes you, or you trust the other person and believe in them. So it all comes over a period of time. Nothing, the strong relationships cannot be built just in a span of days. It takes time to build strong relationships, but it happens when you continually show leadership traits, or the commitment to relationship. Then be composed during tough times. You cannot lose your temper on a team member just because something went wrong or something was difficult. So we need to be composed during the tough times, and that is what is one of the important trait of a leader, I should say. So otherwise it's quite easy to put the blame on others, or tell that I had done it, he or she had not done it. But remaining composed during tough times is what is important. And like you said, listening to others is one of the important trait or a good quality of a leader. He has to listen to everybody's thoughts and everybody's uh, ideas, and then come out with a common solution. And like I said, celebrate progress. So whatever happens, you have to celebrate your progress, right? I think again, time for one more small break. Now here, uh, this was about the qualities of leader and everything. From here onwards, I'm going to have a little more intense interactions with you. I want you to take up this small personality quiz. I've put up uh, the link for the quiz, or you can just type in Google "Who am I quiz" from Visual DNA, and it will take you to that quiz. And on the quiz, the first page, what you would see is this: which of this amazes you the most? There would be 5 images. Of course, the order might have changed, but so please take this quiz now, and I would have the further discussion based on the results that you are going to get. I have my results. I will require your results to further discuss on the personality traits and leadership qualities. Yeah, I'll share the link in the chat box. That's a good suggestion. Yeah, I've shared it. It's going to take at least 5 minutes time of yours. So please do take the quiz, and in the end, you're going to get some responses. download it if possible. It will be in the PDF format. Hari is having a problem with the link not opening. Anybody else has got, or for those of you who have problem, just try a different browser. Please do download your reports at the end. There is an option to download your reports. I hope you are able to take up the uh, personality quiz. Once you complete it, please do let us know that you have done it. You can type in the chat box that you have finished. I'm just waiting for a few more people to complete so that you get a feel of uh, the personality quiz. What are you? Where are we right now? Right? Because from here onwards, my focus will be different. So it was a general talk till now that what was qualities of a leader, but from here onwards, it's going to be a little different. Yeah, I can see many of you are able to complete the quiz. The problem is, if at all we log out and we log in back, we cannot be able to see messages in the uh, platform. So if anybody has not got the link, please do message. We can again repost the link. Okay, so slowly, one by one, I'm getting now responses are coming. At least 50% if they're able to complete, then we'll move forward. So those of you who have done, you can actually keep reading your reports till the time others complete it. It's nice to read the reports. It's a very comprehensive reports that you get at the end of the tool. Yeah, fine. So I'll just share my reports, this thing, what was there. So you're able to see my screen? Kartika, is my screen visible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you. So you can see the results. It talks about openness. It talks about conscientiousness, extraversion, agreeableness, and neuroticism. And this tool gives you also a little bit of more analysis that what is there in you right now. So you can see your high level of openness suggests that you are an imaginative, creative, and comfortable with variety and change. But you can also tend towards individualistic behavior and impractical thinking. That's for me. So you like to act immediately on impulse. So it's not good, which I should avoid, which can be both effective and fun. But if taken to the extreme, this can produce undesirable long-term consequences for yourself and others. So that's something which I need to take cognizance of or take a note of, and I should try to correct what is not good in me or what can be improved upon. Then your high level of extraversion says you experience positive emotions from social situations and activities, and so are likely to seek them out and thrive in them. And you're value getting along with others, so are considerate, friendly, and willing to compromise your interest for the benefit of the group and you. As a result, you tend to be very popular. So that's something I should be proud of. You're calm, emotionally stable, and are less easily upset than people with high levels of neuroticism, but this doesn't necessarily mean you experience more positive feelings than them, right? So what happens, why these kind of tools are important is it always keeps you telling, like the dentist say once in a 6 months you should go and test your get your teeth scaled, or the doctor might advise once in a way you should go and get your blood check done for your this thing. So I tell that, you know, once in a way keep going out using such kind of tools and analyze where you are, what is good in you and what can be improved upon. So anybody else would like to share their results, and, you know, we can just have a small discussion. What do you feel about this tool? Sabita, is it possible for you to share your results? Dr. Maitri, you have something to share with us, please. Okay, Dr. Nidesh has shared his. Yeah.
Sir, I don't know how to share that.
There is a present now. You know, on the right down, you can see a present now.
Yes, sir. Okay. Sir, I'm using that, but I'm using it, I'm seeing it in my mobile, so I don't know how to get into this.
Okay. Anybody else who's got a laptop and yeah, Sabita is sharing. So we'll listen to Sabita. Acha, Sabita, acha, you are Sabita. Okay, Sabita. Anyway, you've done it, right? Let's.
My
You are sharing your screen now, I think.
Sir, I tried, but I'm unable.
Okay,
Sir.
fine. Anybody else who's using a laptop and can share the screen? I think you have to stop sharing, Sabita. Then others will be able to share.
Oh. Sir, I stopped, sir.
Okay, fine. Yeah, madam. Yeah, it's visible.
So is it visible, sir? This is Mangai.
Yeah, it is visible. I think you are sharing from your phone, I think, right?
Yes, sir.
You can just rotate the phone, ma'am. Probably the landscape view will give the entire.
Okay, sir. Is it okay, sir?
Yeah, it's fine. So you can just scroll down.
Scroll down.
So what were the results, ma'am? What do you feel? How does it reflect on your personality trait?
I couldn't get
Yeah, something similar like mine.
Shall I stop presenting, sir?
Yeah, okay, ma'am. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So Satnarayan says he's a strategist. That's nice. Yeah, so we've got some tool with us, and we've just used one of the tools for analyzing the personality. But like this, there are many tools for self-analysis, and probably, yeah, I think Madhavi is trying to share her screen. So there are tools like this which can be used for the self-analysis of personality. And like I was telling, that it is good to understand where we are, what is good in us, and what is not good, and what can be improved upon. So These self-reflections are quite important for us to hone our leadership skills and become better leaders when we are leading a team in our own institutions. It's fine, Madhavi. I think in the end, if time permits, again we can come back to this and we can share a few more, you know, results of participants. So, but hope you all could do it, and you could, you know, kind of an analysis. Not every tool will give you the exact analysis, but these are all just to understand what can become better in you or in us. So yeah, so this is a visual personality quiz. That's why I liked it. In the sense, you know, there are many others which are you have to read the question and then tell which one suits you the most. But visual perceptions are still better. That's what I feel, and can tell you better things. So that's why I asked you to take this particular quiz. So once you have done your personality analysis, it's important to understand how is my character being perceived. So one thing I take common is we all are academicians. We all are working in an academic institution. What is it that in my character that others are seeing it? Right now, you saw for yourself what you are seeing, means what you are not knowing that, you know, the report is there. So kind of, you know, what others are seeing in you is what you have in front of you, the report. So how is character perceived, and how is leadership perceived? So how is character perceived is what you saw, that, you know, we do some kind of an analysis and we come to know that, yes, what is it that others are seeing in me? Then how is leadership perceived? So I think there was a small jumble in the slides. So how is character perceived? Character is perceived because what others see is their thing. So we have a saying that beauty is in the eye of the beholder, right? So what eyes do not see, what the mind does not know. So basically what happens here is, what I want to convey to you is, when an other person is trying to look at you, he will see what is in his mind. He will not see something which is not there in the mind, right? So to explain this, you know, I have to just come back a little. I think I jumbled my slides a little. No, fine, it's okay. So there is some concept over here. Based on your analysis, what you got, we have something called as a Johari window. Now, what is this Johari window? There are 4 quadrants in this Johari window. On the top left quadrant, there are traits which are known to you and which are known to others. So in the analysis report, what you are seeing right now in front of you, that will tell you that, you know, okay, conscientiousness, fine. I know I have got a consciousness. I am conscious when I'm, you know, in a group. I'm conscious. So some people might say that I don't mix along well. So this you also would have told in the personality quiz that you took just now, and that might be known to others also. So this quadrant, what is there, the trait, personality trait, we call it as, it is known to self and it is known to others. There are certain traits within us which are not known to self, that I don't know. But now if you look at this report, you will see that, you know, there are some things which you did not know about yourself, but it was known to others. So certain personality traits or certain characters, what we see within ourselves or we do not know about ourselves, are known to others. So this quadrant is called as a blind self, right? And then on the left bottom, you have the hidden self. The hidden self is something which is known to me, but this is not known to others. So like, I don't like, somebody littering around in my room or something around lying onto the bed. So I might not express it every time, but it is something which is there within myself and it might not be known to others, right? So there are many personality traits or characters within a person which might not be known to others, but it is known to us. And then there is one last quadrant which is there within us, but I am not aware of it, or we are not aware of it, and it is not known to others also, right? So when we look at the personality characters or personality traits, we do an analysis of an individual based on what is known to self, what is known to others, what is not known to self but known to others, what is known to self and not known to others, and what is it which is unknown and nobody knows, neither me nor the others about it. So these kind of analysis will be possible whenever you do take such kind of tools and do an analysis of your personality traits, right? So the one which I gave you was a visual personality quiz. There are others, more intense ones on the web. You can just do a personality trait quiz and you will get a lot of tools for it. But finally, what should happen is, what is not known to self, the top right quadrant should reduce. What is known to others should also be known to me. There should not be certain traits within myself which is not known to me, but it is known to others, right? So we have to reduce that part of it, that the right side quadrants should be smaller ones and not equal compared to the left side quadrants, right? So what is known to self should be more rather than what is unknown to the self. So this was about the personality traits and what is known to self and what is not, what is known to others. So since I said beauty is in the eye of the beholder, eyes do not see what the mind does not know. People will not see if they don't know. So if they don't know, they cannot see that what is there in your mind, right? Interesting study what I was doing with my colleague actually is, we were trying to have a discussion on what is the equation of beauty and what is the equation of innocence. So we actually gave out some images to people, a group of people, and asked them to rate beauty amongst women who were actually beautiful. So many of them rated beauty on this thing, and it was surprising to see that the beauty is highest when the aspect ratio is 1:1.6. So aspect is 1:1.6 means like this is 1, so 1.6. So that kind of an aspect ratio we were trying to analyze, and we found that for everything consistent, whether it is I, you, or all these 80 participants in this particular group, if we try to rate images on the beauty or kind of an innocence, why we find that child's image is innocent, because again it is because of an equation. The ratio of the child's image or the face is such that it appeals to all of us as it is innocent. So all these have got some kind of science behind it, and that's what we were trying to explore, the science of the equation of beauty, the equation of innocence. So basically, my friend is also a dentist, periodontist, and he was very much particular about the restoration. How can we restore by maintaining beauty and thing. So it was an interesting study what we did, and pattern does the magic to the inner eye. So when we know the I told you the pattern that, it is 1:1.6. But even though unknowingly we try to look at that pattern of 1:1.6, and we perceive beauty as that magic figure of 1:1.6. So it is only if it is known, then a person tries to gauge you. So leadership also, if beauty has got an equation or pattern, then definitely leadership also has got one. And all of us, at least from this session, we have to understand what is the key to the leadership trait. So you have certain traits right now in front of you. What leadership traits you have to carry forward so that you become a leader? That's what is my further talk about. So what we do in an academic institution is we have leadership roles in different capacities. Now, some people think that only the principal is a leader, the vice chancellor is a leader, the registrar is the leader. So there were certain questions. I'm going to take it up in the end. It's not that only the persons with a position is a leader. Each one of us is a leader, in the sense we handle different responsibilities. In a classroom where nobody else is there and I and my students are there, I am the leader. I am leading the class. So I am a leader. So leadership can be at an individual level. Leadership can be as a part of the department and team. There are responsibilities I handle at an individual level. So taking class also, I say, is leadership. It cannot be something just this thing. So it is leadership. Leadership at individual level, leadership as a part of the department and team, leadership as my role in the institution, and leadership what I can do to my professional body or any other societal bodies that I'm a part of, right? So this is how I pursue. It can be different for different individuals in this workshop. So I was thinking at my role as an individual, my role as a part of a department or the team with which I work, and my role in the institution and what role do I play, and my role in the professional bodies that I am a part of. So being academicians or working in the academic institutions, I told you that whether it is a law college or a management institution or a or an engineering college or a medical college or any kind of an academic institution, we have got different roles and we perform different work in different capacities. The most important which all of us do is academics. We do take classes, we do engage students in learning process. So that is one of the major chunk of our work that we do. That we are a part of the academics, right? So apart from the academics, many of us do have multitasking. We do a lot of work in the institutions in different capacities. We do a little bit of administrative work. So when there is any accreditation, there is any additional work on the institutional heads might give us the additional responsibility or administrative work. So I or you, we all do have or share certain administrative work as well. Though it may depend, it may vary from individual to individual, the percentage of the administrative work, but we do have either it in the department level or at the institution level, somewhere or the other, we do get some kind of an administrative work. But what is expected from all of us, not just doing academics, but also research. So I have to be a leader in research. I have to lead a team. I have to guide my student. I have to write a project. I have to guide or lead a team of researchers and perform research. That's also one of the role of a faculty in the academic institution, whether it is a management institution, whether it is arts and science college, whether it is any kind of an institution. Research is an expectation today, and it is a mandate as of now. So I have to do research. I have got a leadership role in research. Student mentorship, I took up this because this does take up some kind of a time, effort when you are having certain student support activities. Many of us or the administrators might not understand that there are a lot of works for which effort and time of a faculty goes, but it is not accounted or it is not documented. One of them could be mentorship. You might have spent a lot of time with your students and never does it get accounted for. But yes, there also I am playing a leadership role. I am trying to guide my students. I am trying to mentor them. I am trying to help them and support them. So I am a leader over there, right? Industry academia collaborations on an individual capacity and as well as on a department or an institutional capacity. I might have to collaborate with a lot of people outside the institution to get some work done, or for certain I might be the placement officer, I might be having some other this thing, I might be in charge of MOU with a particular industry or an academic institution with which we have collaborated. So there could be different roles of a faculty. Networking and partnerships, we do attend conferences. The whole reason why I'm here is I want to connect back to I wanted to connect to the host institution which is organizing this. I wanted to connect with all of you. So it's kind of networking that I'm trying to look at, and that's why we are here. Part of it is to learn from others' experiences, to learn from others, and partner with them to move further. So that is also one of the role what we play. The student support roles, like I said, one of them is mentorship, but beyond mentorship also we do have a lot of other responsibilities with students. Some of you might be wardens, some of you might be anti-ragging committee members, some of you might be having a student grievance cell, other cultural activities, other things. Many activities take place in the academic institutions, and each one of us do have some or the other responsibility with us as a leader, right? And that is why I want to connect your personality traits with the responsibilities that you have, and then bring out the leaders within you, and how your personality traits with your roles in different roles that you play in your academic institution, how you can hone your leadership skills to match those job responsibilities that you have in your particular or respective institutions, right? So I gave you a lot of examples of where you might have been a team leader, or some of you might be heads of the department. I want you to take 1 minute of your time and reflect upon, as a leader of a group or a task or for a particular department, what went well with it. If you have to think back as a leader, what went well, I would request you to share your experience. Come online and share your experience. I'll stop sharing for a minute. Is my voice audible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
it's audible, sir.
I saw message
Yes, sir.
voice
Yes,
not
sir.
audible, so I just got scared right now. Yeah, please. Sabita, can you share your experience? Or anybody else would like to share your experience? I want somebody else. Here is one, please. Can you think of any one task or a particular activity for which you were in charge? Say it could be a cultural activity, it could be a sports activity, or anything that you were a part of, you were the leader for getting it done. What went well when you look back at that particular event or a task?
Yes, sir. I'm giving
Yeah,
I'm giving
please.
my experience, sir. Uh, One time I organized an FDP program at national level, sir. At first I was afraid to do that work, but entering into that I got interest on doing and talking with a variety of people from other states also. Actually, I'm from Tamil Nadu. I got friendship and relationship with many state people, many state professors, and many department professors also. I belong to English. Uh, it went well and I got success also. Now I got a fame among those professors also, sir.
So
So
one
I'm
good
very
thing
happy.
that you had was you developed good networking, right? If I have to,
Yeah, definitely, sir. I got a good network with all over our India.
good. Anybody else? Yes, I think Sabita, you can mute yourself. Yeah, anybody else would like to please share your experiences, because what I'm trying to uh, do is uh, understand your personal traits, connect you to the roles and responsibilities that you have, and then see how best we can take out the leadership within ourselves. Or Shubha, are you able to hear me right now?
Um, Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, please.
I'm Binita Sarkar. I'm speaking from Kolkata.
Oh, that's very
Uh,
nice, ma'am.
yeah, I would like to share my experience. Though
Yes.
I am retired right now, but when I was working for the ICSC board, I was heading it at Kolkata, and I I had completed 20 years of my service with the corporate world, and I
Okay.
had no experience as to leading the teachers for their training. And this office was created to give them the exposure to training. And since I had the corporate exposure, I was given in charge of it. I was just handed over the keys to run it,
Okay, ma'am.
and I was totally unaware of how to go about. And as a student, I was an average. I wasn't exceptional or something. I was good. So but my college was really exceptional. But my schooling, that way, I didn't really enjoy so much as being a topper or something. I was in the first five ranks definitely, but nothing exceptional, I would say. And now I am having to train the teachers. It was a tremendous shock to me. I had to look for resource people, and I had to plan out for the year. And you won't believe, every year I would have 90 workshops to start with. The first step was the most difficult step, to find out somebody and to lead, and also to be a part of it, to imagine what could be the need for training. These are heads of schools who are leading students who are going to be future leaders, so you have to be a step ahead of them. And you being in the corporate world, you think differently. When you come to an education world, the paraphernalia has changed, the image has changed. So
Yes.
to fit into that and to lead was really tough. But now looking back after 20 years, it seems like a cakewalk now. And let me also share, it just gave me the impetus to do better and better each time. And today, in this pandemic, I have started my own company after I have retired, and I'm helping teachers in this pandemic to get over the technological challenges that they faced. And that is the reason I started my company. And I've done about 20 odd webinars for them, so that they are able to feel at home and feel comfortable in dealing with the challenges that they face.
That's so nice of you to share your experience, ma'am, and good to see that people from different regions have connected to this platform, and I also feel happy to listen to you. But what I can gauge from your experience is that you have gone the way, shown the way, and then you feel that yes, as a leader, you are able to guide others to go into this. Use the technological tools online. So that's
Yes, and
from
because of that, sir, I have won 10 prizes, 10
that's
awards
really great.
in these 6 or 8 months. I have won 10 awards, one national, one international. And my friends and my colleagues and my teachers and my school friends, they tell me I am having a tsunami of awards. And they also tell us how you get so much of enthusiasm. It's only
That's
that,
great.
you have to feel, that you are doing your job to the best of your ability, not because of the money, but for the love of it.
Passion, that's what
The
we
passion
many of.
has to be there.
Yeah, so that's really great, ma'am. Anybody else would like to share their
Thank you, sir.
experience of what went well in a particular activity or event that you had to take leadership role? Anybody else?
Sir, please do share your contact. It will be really nice if you come and visit us too on our webinars.
Sure, ma'am. Sure, I'll be sharing at the end of this. I'll put it in
Yes,
the
yes,
chat
yes.
box so that you
Sure,
can,
sir. Sure, sir.
Yeah, I'll do that, ma'am. Right?
Thank you so much, sir.
So thank you, ma'am. I'll just come back to my presentation. Yeah. So nice to know that we have participants who had got experience even in the industry. Uh, so we all have had one or the other leadership role what we have done till now, and we have seen, or we could reflect that there were some attributes which within us were there, and because of which it became a success, right? So one madam organized the FDP, another has opened our own company and ventured into being an entrepreneur. So there are success stories within us, and it is important always to not only reflect on your personality traits, also to reflect upon the leadership roles, what you did or what you took, how it led to success, right? So whether it is teamwork and networking which brought the success, whether it is you went an extra mile, you did that extra thing, you had the passion, you got it done, and then you were able to share it with others. So there are certain traits already lying within us. Only thing is we have not realized it. And when we link that trait to the success what we had in the past, will help us analyze, when we take up a next position in the future or next task in the future, what traits do we already have as our strength, what traits we need to improve upon to get success at all the tasks that we take up, right? So that is my challenge what I have in front of me, that we all have had some success in some of the activities that we have done in a class. Sometimes classes are very satisfying. You come out of the class and you feel, oh my god, today was super. And one day you are the same teacher, the same students, but still you feel that the day was not good because the class did not go well. So it can happen to any person anytime. So we just need to know what goes on well, what can be improved upon, and that can help us become better leaders, right? So in an organization, the associated efforts of many individuals are necessary. So it cannot be that I alone can do everything. We need a associated effort of many individuals. Madam also said about teamwork. Both of them shared that teamwork was something there, and they could build up the confidence in others. An achievement of objectives which has been set depends upon the cooperative efforts of individuals. It was very much visible on the two examples that we had. Leadership is not based on position or status. That's what I want to tell, that vice chancellor or registrar or a director or a dean does not straight away bring upon a leadership in me. It is not the position that brings leadership, but it is the personal enthusiasm, personal authority, credibility, knowledge, skill or charisma that brings the leadership within yourself. And if these traits are available in a dean principal, this thing, he might have an additional edge over it. But definitely it is not just a position that is called as leadership, right? When we talk about leadership in an institution, we just say the principal, the head of the institution, the director, the chairman. They are there, but the leadership actually comes from your personal enthusiasm. We could make out from the enthusiasm of Sarkar Madam, Binita Sarkar Madam, how that enthusiasm was there within her to pursue this. So that's why it happened. So it comes from personal enthusiasm, authority, and credibility, knowledge, skill, or the charisma that I carry around, right? Though I've put it in the slide, I just tried to search for certain images. It was always telling functions of management. I said, okay, fine, it is not a management, or it is. My team here knows that I'm not talking about a management. I'm talking about a leader, and leader within ourselves. And all 83, 85, 86, all people who are here, we are leaders. And what do we do? What is our duty as a leader? So when we take up a next task or next assignment is given to us, we need to first make a planning and decision making. So a leader, first what he does is he always plans and he does a decision making. This is related to the organization what I work for, and or the department where I work for. Then the coordination of activities and resources. Let's say, for example, if I have just to put a timetable for the next class or next 1 week or 10 months or 3 months, 1 month, whatever, if I have to make a timetable, that itself requires planning and decision making. So if I allot a class at 8 o'clock in the morning or 9 o'clock in the morning to a particular faculty, I am making a decision. Right? So we are leaders, we are taking decisions. We only think that we are not this thing, but we are leaders, we are making a decision. I am trying to put a class for somebody at 9 o'clock. I am taking a decision. I am organizing this entire activity of timetable for the department or for the institution, whatever. We as leaders lead. That is, now if I am in charge of a timetable, I'm just giving a small example, it could be any other activity, but why I am taking this is it is easy to understand because we would have done this activity of putting a timetable. I'm leading, I'm trying to tell people, see, this is the way the entire month is organized, this is the way how you all are going to take classes. And somebody might tell me it's not possible for me to come at 8 o'clock, and I have to motivate them and tell them that, see, at least in the medical college, the classes start very early, 8 o'clock. So if it is 8 o'clock, you have to leave your home at 7:30 or 7. So people might complain, it's not possible for me to take class at 8 o'clock. So we have to motivate people, tell them that, it's for the good. Okay, fine, you come at 8 o'clock, but you can leave 1 hour early. I'll give you, as head of the department, I'll give you a permission. So whatever, it might be right or it might not be right, but motivating is important for people to do what they are doing and for you to act as a leader or to be there as a leader. So if you're not able to, deliver a 1 month's timetable, I'm sure then the people in position will not give you the responsibility of putting up a timetable next time. Yes. So we have to be careful, or when we do such kind of an activity, we are leading. Actually, we are trying to manage people, we are trying to motivate people. There might be about 50 or 60 people for whom I put the timetable, so I have to manage these people. And it was quite challenging. I took up the responsibility for the entire university of 550 people to put up the timetable during the pandemic, in the beginning of the as early as in the March end. So I know it is not such an easy task to just manage 4 institutions or 5 institutions. So it is difficult to manage people and motivate people. So that is one of the functions which we do as a leader. And then is controlling. I'm sure Kartika is not just sitting there. She is also controlling, monitoring, evaluating the activities over there. Or I'm sure the head of the department of ECE or the people from ECE department would not be simply sitting there. They would be looking at what's going on in the entire session, right? So they would be monitoring and evaluating activities. So that is also one of the important function of a leader, that once he puts in the blueprint, he has to do everything, that planning, decision making, organizing, leading, controlling, and then again this leading to planning and decision making. So probably I myself get a feedback after 1 month that whom I should put at 8 o'clock, whom I should not put at 8 o'clock, who is a little irritating person, how do I handle him. For the next month I see that I put him in a comfortable position so that I don't get a phone call from him, right? So we do all this kind of a cycle. This is a continuous cycle, but sometimes it is a formal, sometimes it might be informal. Formal in the sense, like when I gave you the example of timetable, it is something which is very formal. It is, but the planning and decision is there, organizing is there, leading is there, controlling is there, and again it comes back to planning and decision. So some of the activities might not have this kind of a formal documentation. So we might plan in our mind, we might do it this thing depending on the requirement, engage people, we might take some decision, lead it, and then control it. So there could be different activities, but the cycle remains the same. So for example, organizing this FDP itself, there would have been some planning and decision, there would have been some organizing, taking the people into confidence, the principal, management, and leading, getting people from all across India, and then now controlling the activities, right? So this was something I just didn't know where to put this, but definitely what I felt is there are two types of power in an institution. One is a position power. That power comes to you because of the position that you handle, and it is because of a particular office or a rank in a formal organized system, that is in an institution. But personal power refers to the power which a leader derives from followers, and there are certain again characters which lead to power, or which give you that kind of a personal power or a position power. One is reward. So once you reward somebody, you are in a kind of power, so you're coercive, you're legitimate, you're referent, and expert. So each of these types of power increases a leader's capacity to influence the attitudes. I just had put this out of context, but not coming to the leadership back again. Like previously I said, we do have different responsibilities in an academic institution. But as having additional responsibilities or having certain set of responsibilities, for each set of a responsibility, we might be an executive, we might have a plan, we might have a role as a planner, we might have a role as a policy maker, we might have a role as an expert, we might have a role as a group representative, we might have a role as an arbitrator, or as a model of behavior. So if I am a leader, people should look at me as a model, or at least some attributes which they see as I'm a role model for them, or you are a role model for them, right? Then again, I'm taking this from different articles actually, what each article has mentioned about leadership roles in an academic institution, right? So this particular article I've taken from Craig and Crutchfield, published in 1962, which says that as an academic leader, a person should be an executive, he should have a planner, he should act as a policy maker, as an expert, as a group representative, as an arbitrator, and as a model of behavior. This article from Kilans in 1952, and this has also been taken from the American Academic Institutions. This was brought out in a report in American Academic Institutions Association. So, which says that, you know, for a person to have a leadership in an institution, he should be making decisions. Why you become a leader is because you are able to take decision, right? That is what makes you a leader. So if at all I have to take up a next challenge or next position or next thing, I have to make a decision. I should be in a capacity to make a decision. So decision making is one important attribute of a leader. A leadership renders a service. So like madam said, FDP, she was to organize an FDP. She did that. So he or she is rendering a service, and leadership achieves the results. Whether you do work in a team, you build up a team, you give it to somebody else, or ultimately results are achieved. And leadership also elicits response. So it's not just that, you know, I order and I tell you what is to be done, but I am a good listener. So it was brought out in the discussion also that, you know, listening is important aspect of a leadership. So we have to listen to others, what others have to say, and then take everybody on board. Then leadership is willingness to be different, right? So it is by nature itself, I would say, when we are in a common platform, we all have got something common. That is, we all are a little different. And that's why we are here, right? Yeah. According to an article published by Moshal in 1998, the leaders in an academic institution should have the qualities of motivating members, moral boosting, support function, satisfying the needs of members, accomplishing common goals, representing members, creating confidence, implementing change, and resolving conflicts. Okay, that's fine. I think we have heard a lot about all these things. Again, from another article, it says develop goals, policies, directions. We should be able to organize the school, design programs, monitor progress, solve problems, maintain order, and create a climate for the personal and professional growth and development, and finally represent the school to the outside world. So that's what I'm doing right now for my organization, right? And these are again skill and competencies. A lot has been said about it. I'm not going to, you know, stay there for a long time, but my context of being here today was to tell you about the leadership qualities. What are the leadership qualities? What are the leadership definitions? Some concepts about leadership. Then try to understand your personality traits, make you understand your personality traits, so that you can understand what is the good personality trait that you have. How can you improve upon the other personality traits? What are the different responsibilities that we all have in our own academic setup? How we should be learning from the experiences what we have had before, that is taking out cues from the success stories as well as from the unsuccessful stories, and moving forward, that what personality traits should we have when we take up the next challenge, right? So that is, and how to succeed and become a leader in our future tasks or activities that we are going to do. Why it is important to be a leader in today's world, in an academic institution, why I should be a leader. One is, it could be leadership in research, it could be leadership in any of the responsibilities and roles which I've highlighted to you. It is important to be a leader or remain a leader is because the academic environment or milieu is fast changing and demanding. If you look at in the last 5 years, so many changes have come up in the academic institutions' perceptions that, there are people who are asking now, what is your NIRF ranking? So things are changing very fast, and expectations from the regulatory authorities and the government. The UGC is bringing out a lot of changes. The Medical Council of India has changed to National Medical Commission. The Dental Council is not left behind. The Pharmacy Council has brought in a lot of changes. AICT has brought in a lot of changes and is proposing a lot of changes in the pipeline which are going to come. The National Education Policy has come out, and it has not been implemented, but once it starts getting implemented, there are a lot of changes in the environment which is going to take place. That there are institutions are going to be regraded in different capacities. So there is a changing context, and if I or you do not show up our leadership qualities, we might not get the desired results, or we might fail. So that is one of the things that we have to remain as a leader. Competition among the institutions has increased. Each institution wants to stand out today. I'll just stop sharing screen so that we can see. So what has happened is institutions are competing against each other today. They are fighting for ranks. Means each institution does an introspection analysis, which was not there about 10 years back. Nobody was bothered where we are moving. But today we are worried what we are doing and what others are doing. So setting up benchmarks and internal benchmarks, as well as moving forward in the rankings and accreditations, is what every institution is looking forward. Apart from all these things, there is a personal expectation which we would be having. So we want to grow. We don't want to remain stagnant in our professional body or in our professional career. And when we want to grow, or when we have some expectations to move forward, we need to take up some kind of a leadership, or leadership not in the sense of being a principal, or that I very clearly mentioned that not just in those, but I have to do something. I have to take a leadership. I have to plan out an activity and meet the expectation. Then finally, I would say is an overall satisfaction. So all these things do matter, that why it is very important in today's context to become a leader. Okay. So like I said, that the time is changing, the academic milieu is changing, expectations from the regulatory and government authorities are changing, competition is increasing. We have started to set up our benchmarks and move forward. Expectations from the rankings and accreditations are changing. Personal and professional expectations and overall satisfaction is what needs or motivates us to remain a leader or be a leader. Right? Now I would request Karthika to kindly share one tool which has been developed by the pharmacist, by an author for the pharmacist, as known as Pharmacist Inventory of Learning Styles. I'm not a pharmacist, but I've used this questionnaires in many of the leadership workshops, and it works very well. It's quite a simple tool. The earlier tool what you used was a visual tool, but this is something which you can take a printout of. You can always keep it with you and always look back at your leadership styles. What is your leadership style? There would be one dominant leadership style, and there would be one just subdominant leadership style. So based on your leadership style, you can always alter the leadership style to suit the work that you are trying to take up in the future. Right? So please fill up this self-assessment questionnaire. Have you shared it, Karthika?
Sir, yes, sir. I'm sharing it now, sir. Just
Yeah.
a minute, sir. I'll be sharing. Okay, sir.
So Kartika is going to share a PDF document with you, which is called as a pharmacist intervention for learning styles. Once you've shared, just let me know.
Sir, it's been shared, sir, in the group.
Okay, fine, fine. Actually, I tried looking into how to share it. There was an option to share it using Google Calendar, but didn't want to experiment with it in the last minute.
Okay, sir.
So if you can, see in the left bottom, there is meeting details, and in that meeting details, there is something called as an attachments there.
Okay, sir.
So actually, when you are scheduling this meeting, before scheduling, you can actually upload it into the calendar, and then once you schedule the meeting, that with using the calendar, you can the participants will be able to see the documents, attachments if you have added.
Okay, sir. Okay. But actually, this meeting was being scheduled for throughout the session, sir. So from the first day, it's being
Okay, the
active, sir.
same, yeah,
Yeah, the same meeting is being used,
yeah.
sir. Same link.
It's fine. What I request participants is take some time. You might be having your mobile devices with you. Some of them have logged in with mobile devices. So you might have to, kind of calculate the scores. I'll just put it up here. I'll share my screen so that you know. Is it visible?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yeah, thank you. So this is the pharmacist's inventory of learning styles, pills assessment. But though it is called as a pharmacist's inventory of learning styles, I say it works everywhere. I mean, it's not just limited to a pharmacist college or a pharmacy college. What this actually does is it is based on a self-assessment. So what is my learning style assessment? How do I learn? So this we usually do it in our leadership workshops. So we try to do an analysis of the person faculty based on his or her feedback. There are 4 shapes actually: a diamond, a heart, a circle, and one more the option which you see. Uh, these are interspersed between the questions, and ultimately you can, this is just to create some interest. Otherwise you can also have, instead of this 1 2 3 4, if you find that more comfortable, but ultimately you have to count this. Once you have done that, just add the number of times you circle the symbol. So all the questions, there are 4 options actually. activities which you do usually, activities which you do sometimes, and if at all these activities done rarely, or an activity is done hardly, right? So I want you to just take up this learning styles assessment. And then fill up the numbers over here.
Yes, good afternoon, Dr. Prashant.
Yeah, good afternoon.
How are you?
Yeah, fine, Rizwan.
I have a quick question.
Yeah.
I was the organizing secretary for one of the cultural program,
Okay.
and there was a footfall of around 75,000 students.
Oh my goodness, very big conference.
So, in that case, I faced uh, few problems or
Yeah.
few challenges, I can say. As far as the leadership is concerned, in case of academic activities, so what I feel or what I learned, it is okay, no problem, because they are the colleagues or they are our subordinates. So it is
Yes.
easy to handle and manage.
Yes.
But you think means in case of such kind of leadership, what are the extra precautions that we have to take care? Uh, because I will tell you one episode that happened in that event.
Yes.
So first, I would like to ask you is what are the extra precautions that we have to take care of?
If you don't mind,
In case
Rizwan,
of
can I just have your
academic,
background, from which institution, means from which academic background you are coming, so that it will help me to understand your query better.
yes, I'm from Delhi Technological University, Delhi. So
Okay.
there is a very big cultural event
Yeah.
uh, that is being organized every year in the month of February, and it is one of the means big event in North India. So there is a large footfall, maybe around 75,000, 80,000.
Okay.
So what there, because we have to work with the students as well, in
Okay.
addition to the faculty members and the other administrative staff, including security staff.
Yes.
So one episode happened means we have to provide the passes to the students or to the other audience, other
Yes.
visitors. But anyhow means the students they got it printed the duplicate passes and they just gave to their friends or and there is a one means I can say the accident happened there because some outsiders came and they just try to means create some problem. When it was investigated, then it was found that means they came means the passes which was issued from the student side, and these passes were they were duplicate pass. So it is something different. Means in case of if we are doing the leadership in case of academic activities or with the faculty members or with subordinates, then it is okay. But if we are doing the leadership in means along with the students, then these are the some challenges that I have faced. So is there any particular precautions that we should take care, so that means such kind of activities may be avoided, because at the time it was very difficult to handle. Means even we cannot any ask the students, okay, why you have done like this, or because we have to continue the program as well. So what should be done?
Yeah, one thing what I would suggest, Rizwan, is that an activity of such a large magnitude requires a lot of planning and trial and error also. But in spite of having the best plan or blueprint also, there might be certain kind of incidences like this which can happen and which can kind of be beyond your control, right? So even though you would have done a proper planning and you would have executed it in a proper way, there are instances which like this might happen, and it might be a disturbance or kind of a but of course, how you handle this kind of a situation itself talks about the leadership in how you handle it, how the repercussions, it is all a learning lessons ultimately. So this probably will make you alert next time when you are organizing such kind of a conference, that yes, you have had some experience and now you know that such kind of probably a thorough understanding of what could go wrong in any situation. So we always think that only the mic will go wrong, we need a generator, we have solved the problem. But the man management part of it also needs a little bit more thought focus into when we are organizing such a huge conference. That's why I said 75,000 is huge. So you have to.
And
Yeah.
still, it's not an academic conference. It was a cultural activity where
Yeah. So I can understand, if it was an academic activity, the behavior would have been different. The students would have come there with a different purpose, and 75,000 would never come for an academic activity. So they will come only for a cultural activity or activity where they see some fun or frolic is there, right? So that is there are challenges like this which can happen, and I think it's just a learning lesson. Probably next time you can I don't know if you are going to organize it once again, but if you are again given the leadership, I think you will definitely take this into consideration in the planning process itself, right?
Yes. And there is one more observation that I basically here. There are some participants also, and they may get the chance to organize such kind of events. So there is one thing that I have observed or that I felt. So there is a group in the students as well. So if you will take, for example, the elected group for president, secretary, joint secretary. So there is another group which is trying to.
There is always an opposition. Yeah.
Yeah, there is always opposition, and because of that also, this such type of basically incident happens.
Yes. It could be mischief also from the other group, but what I would suggest is to involve both the groups. So once it is an activity, you always ensure that the students unions or students groups are given equal responsibilities and equal sharing of responsibilities, so that they know that anything goes wrong, each person or they are held responsible, and also to bring their groups or into the organizing committee and such kind of things, so that they feel they are involved. So they will not let anything go wrong.
No, we know this situation, and we also try to coordinate with them also. But in student, basically, they are not feeling like in the same way. They are feeling means we are giving the more preference to the elected members, and we are not giving the preference to the other group. So in this way, means they are trying to create some problem. So this is just a suggestion for the all
Got your message.
participants. But
Got your message, Rizwan. Right.
yes, yes. So thank you very much, and it was really a very nice and very informative session, and
Thank you. Thank you,
interactive
Rizwan.
session as well.
Thank you.
Interactive session.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah, I think responses are coming in now. People are filling up this thing. So yeah, Nitya Priya has got 3 sun, 7 diamond. This is what I got, sir. Oval 5 heart 2. Anybody else has completed? So the sun, diamond, oval, and circle and hearts. Okay, Sarkar madam also finished. I'll Yeah, I'm waiting for your sharing of results. there are only about 6-7 people who have finished, so I'm just waiting for others to finish. I know it's a little difficult when compared to the previous one, but Hari, it's in the WhatsApp group that it's not a link, it's a PDF document that has been shared. Kartika, should we wait for 2 minutes for others to finish?
Yes, sir. We can wait for another 2 minutes, sir.
Oh, Arul has got a lot of diamonds, I think. Nice. Yeah, so you would have actually filled up this questions and you would have circled the most likely response that you would have done or taken action on. And based on that, you would have got some scores over here. So there are 4 interpretations for, here. One is you could be an accommodator. So accommodator, you enjoy dealing directly with people and have little time or patience for indirect or soft sell jobs. You enjoy looking for and exploiting opportunities as they arrive and have an entrepreneurial spirit. You learn best in a hands-on, unencumbered manner, not in a traditional lecture format. So for each one of them, there is either an accommodator, an assimilator, a converger, and a diverger. So 4 groups. You can get your dominant learning style and a secondary learning style. So the most marks where you got would be the dominant learning style. So whether it could be an accommodator, assimilator, converger, or a diverger. And there could be a secondary learning style, right? So based on this self-analysis, you can always think of what you can improve upon, right? So these are actually tools which we use in our leadership workshops, which we conduct. And in fact, giving leadership talk for 2 hours itself is very difficult, because we have a 3-day leadership workshop or 2 days leadership workshops, what we do, and it is quite intense, because what we try to do is we try to first analyze your personal traits. In fact, we go a little bit higher. Today what I gave you was just a who am I quiz. That was a visual quiz, but here we do a DISC assessment. So DISC assessment is a more intense analysis of the personality trait of individual, and then we try to provide solutions based on the faculty's responsibility. So if a person is, say, a journal editor, what does he need to do in our institution? If a person is a head of the unit or head of a particular cultural activity or sports or whatever, so depending on the traits that they have and the tasks that they have, we try to analyze and help them perform better in their capacities. So this is all what we do about in the leadership. It's quite an intense workshop for 2 days. Sometime I can share the contents later on sometime. But yeah, what I want you to do now is I'll just start my presentation. Think about where are you at the moment, right? So think on one competency in leadership. There are so many competencies and qualities of leadership that we discussed today that you would like to focus on personally after this session. I just want 1 minute of yours. Think about one leadership competency that you want to develop, and why. Why do you feel that this needs to be developed? So that probably it could be depending on the two tools that you have used. One was a visual tool for your analysis, personality analysis, and the second one was learning style analysis. So two different things. What was your personality, and this is what is your learning style, right? How do you learn better? We all are continuous learners. You all accept that we are all continuous learners. But what are our learning styles? So based on our learning styles also, we might have to prioritize what we want to learn, and the gap in the personality might actually tell you what you need to learn. So take 1 minute time, and I want a few people to come online and tell why you have chosen a particular competency that you would like to focus on. After that probably is my last slide. That is a thank you slide. So we are on time, and we will finish a little early. So yeah, please. Yeah, anybody who has not come in, I would request to yourself to unmute and tell us about one competency or trait of a leader which you want to focus on after this session. Yeah, control emotions. Subin, can you come online, please, and tell why you want to control emotions?
Many a times I lose my control when maybe when talking to maybe dealing with students. Many a times I lose my emotions, so I become angry and I just talk randomly. So I'm controlling it almost, but still I need to improve upon.
So you have identified a gap, and you want to improve upon your leadership by controlling your emotions. Right? Then Dr. Maitri says striking fine balance between relationship and result-oriented leadership style. Will be a team and task-oriented leader. That's really great.
Sir, I am willing to concentrate on sharing the works with the team members, sir.
Fine. So you want to work on
Yeah.
team, yeah, team building capacity.
Yeah. Already I had done with the team, but I want to concentrate on that more.
There was a suggestion given by Dr. Maitri, I think, about a book written by Robin Sharma. Usually in our workshops, we give it. Yeah, Dr. Maitri, can you tell us about it?
Yes, sir. Good evening. I
Yeah.
need to brief the entire book. See, we all are leaders in our life. If we are leading our life, we do not require any sort of title, post, cabin, any sort of tag. Wherever we are going, whatever we are doing, we are required to influence our life and inspire others too. If we are able to make a mark through all our day, night, and day out activities, we will be a leader in a true sense. Of course, once formal charge will be given to us, formal authority will be awarded to us, then of course we are required to be a formal leader. But informally, yes, in all setup, we are a leader and we are required to develop that kind of outlook which help us to emerge out, to evolve out as a great leader so that we will be able to survive in a better manner. Thank you,
So
sir.
that's actually a good, summary, and you have taken out from that book. The book is the Leader Without a Title by Robin Sharma. We usually used to give a copy of that book to the participants for the leadership workshops. But hope we have one more session like this online, offline, and we meet. Right. So thank you very much, Dr. Maitri. Sarkar Madam, Binita Madam has said, being more aware of newer technologies to share with my teachers to make a difference, to lead them better. So thank you very much, ma'am. So it's basically trying to be more aware or knowledge creation and exploring the newer technologies.
Yes, sir. But there is a little challenge in that. To be
Yes,
aware,
ma'am.
you need to learn it first yourself, and you have to be.
That is it, ma'am. So you have
That
already.
is the biggest trick. So that
Yes.
becomes a little tough.
Yes.
And we seem to be getting into trouble at home, because at this age, when you sit and start and study, your spouse says you wasted lot of your life working. Now you want to again sit and study. Where will it all go?
Yeah, that's why I
But
said, ma'am, that
I
learning.
really want my teachers to excel, because they are going to handle our future generations. And we
Yes,
want to
that's very
have
right, ma'am.
better engineers, better doctors, better human beings
Yes.
for our grandchildren to live happily.
Yes, you're very right, ma'am. Anybody else? Or it's time actually, so I'll just go back to my presentation. Yeah, so we've got one competency or one area where we would like to focus on personally after this session. What you can write it in your paper and stick it on a wall somewhere is, what will you do next week? So you've got something that you want to do, and for that, like somebody said, I want to control my emotion. We've got some task assigned for our own self. So put it on a wall or put it on some kind of a notice board that what will you do next week, and what will you do next month, and what will you do the next 100 days. So once you have this, review it after the next 100 days, usually 3 months, or just next to 3 months, after 3 months or 100 days, just see where you have reached on what you had thought about today. So that will kind of become an example for you. Okay, fine, at least one competency you could meet, or you could get something, you could move further in one area at least. Then subsequently you can have targets for the others as well, right? So with this, I would like to conclude my session by just saying that true leaders don't create followers, they create more leaders. Thank you very much. Thank you all for your patient hearing and time given for me, and as well as for the opportunity to share my thoughts with you.
Participants, if you have any queries, you can either unmute yourself or you can post it in the chat box.
Yeah, thank you, participants, for being so responsive and sharing your experiences with me. It was really learning for me also, right? I'll just share my contact details. So,
Prashant sir.
yeah.
Sir, Dr. K. Podukumaran sir, principal, want to share a few words. He has connected with us now, sir.
Yes.
Good evening, Professor. Most respected
Sir.
Dr. Prashant Vishwanath,
Yes,
Director IQAC, JSS Academy of Higher Education Research. And thank you very much for your kind acceptance and presence to motivate the teaching community. It's a great honor and privilege for all of us to have your presence today. Thank you very much, Professor. We enjoyed the whole session. And very interactive, and thank you, Professor. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir, for the opportunity.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. So I take this opportunity to thank our chief guest for this wonderful and informative session. I'm sure this session had a fruitful exchange of information between our speaker and our participants. I once again thank you, sir, for accepting our invitation and sharing your knowledge and wisdom with us. And I thank the participants for their patient listening and interaction throughout the session. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
I request the participants to share your feedback regarding the Sttp for this 1 week. You can turn on your video and audio and you can share your views. Participants,
evening,
kindly
madam.
share your feedback. Okay, thank you.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, sir.
This is Muthukumaran from Care College of Engineering, Tiruchirappalli.
Can you please switch on your video and share your feedback, sir, so that it will be a motivating factors for others.
Okay, sir. Just a moment.
Yeah.
Hello. Ma'am, am I audible?
Yes,
yes,
sir.
Professor.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, very good evening to one and all present over here. This is Dr. Vijay from CVR College of Engineering, Hyderabad. Actually, I had a very nice experience in attending this FTP in Dr. NGP College of Technology, Coimbatore. And I'm very thankful to the organizers. First of all, I am very thankful to our principal sir, Purkuruman sir, and the organizers of this particular STTP. And I have learnt a lot, like teaching methodologies, ethics. What are the ethics? See, nowadays, how the teachers are facing the issues while doing that um, online teaching and all. So teachers and all facing many issues with the students. So I had a very good experience with the speakers, so that I've learned a lot what to do and what to not do while teaching online, and what are the ethics to be followed or not. So it's a very good, nice experience because I'm from an engineering background, but even though I have attended this teachers learning program, so that I gained a wonderful experience from this STTP. And once again, I am thanking to this organizers of this FTP, and thank you so much.
Thank you, Professor.
Thank you, sir.
Good evening, professors and participants. Thank you so much. We are honored to be part of this FDP. Indeed, it was a wonderfully planned, meticulously executed, and every effort had been taken to facilitate participant in the best possible manner. All the technical glitches and all the problems were ruled out so that participants will not be facing any sort of problem. All the speakers were highly knowledgeable. They were expert in their domain, and they kept us throughout the lecture. They kept us interactive, right? All the lectures were quite interactive, interesting, informative, and enriching. We have really learned a lot out of all the invaluable insights which were given by all the speakers. Thank you to the management, to the entire FDP team. Congratulate to all of you for successfully completing this program. Thank you so much. Sincere gratitude to all participants and the management. Thank you.
Thank you very much, madam. Thank you, madam.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
This is Muthu Kumaran, Assistant Professor of CS Department in Care College of Engineering, Tiruchirappalli. Really a wonderful session, sir, for last 5 days. Regarding the resource person of each and every session, they are very interactive, very interesting, even though they are a faculty or a professor from a reputed institute, but they are very interactive, as well as they are very interesting to share their knowledge. Being a teacher, I have some knowledge with respect to teaching skills, but this 1 week session, I gained a lot of information with respect to teaching, especially how ethically a teacher will be. That things are very good for the entire session. And I thank the management, the principal of NGP Institute, and especially I thank the organizers of this event, because each and every session they have to share the information through WhatsApp as well as mail to join the session. That is wonderful. And I once again thank all the coordinators of this event, and I expect this kind of event for the future, sir. Thank you everyone.
Thank you, Professor Muthu Kumaran.
Good evening to all.
Good evening, sir.
Dr. Rizwan, Associate Professor from Qasim University, Saudi Arabia. I had a lot of interaction with Dr. Prashant, and we enjoyed the session of Dr. Prashant as well. And you have shown a good example of leadership. And I can say you have covered all the topics which is given in your STTP program, also in your title as well. So it was really a wonderful experience, and it's a good Sttp done by you. And as far as the time management is concerned, so you are very strict with the time and you did a great job. And thank you one and all. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Professor Rason. Thank you.
Any other participants? You can share your feedback.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Subin Paulus. I'm working in Government Engineering College, Thrissur, Kerala. I feel that this course was very good, well organized. Especially some of the interactive sessions, it was very good. And maybe only what I felt is that my difficulty what I have faced is internet. Since this is an online course, naturally we need to have a better internet connection. And what I feel, maybe that's maybe a suggestion. I feel maybe MS Team instead of Google Meet should have been better, because Meet we can go back and see the video. But in this case, we cannot go back. It's a live program. Even though maybe an internet problem, maybe a difficulty in getting the full classes. Anyway, thanks for the organizers to conduct a program like this, and all the best. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Subin. Thank you.
A very happy evening, everyone.
ஆஃப் பண்ணிட்டீங்களா? இதுவும் ஆஃப் ஆயிடுச்சு.
Yes, you can proceed.
Yeah, thank you. Again, a very happy evening, everyone. I am Nitya Priya from Congo School of Architecture, Perundura, Erode. I just wanted to share my feedback that among all the FDP I have attended, this is one of the best, and I got to know many new things in this program. All the speakers were awesome. It was an invaluable experience with invaluable people. And also I appreciate the efforts of organization team of Dr. NCP College. They have done a wonderful job. And also I want to add that almost everyone had the same feedback as mine, which is just how powerful and influencing the program was. Once again, I thank you for organizing such a wonderful program. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I am Binita. I would like to thank the resource people who have taken us through these 5 days. It was really invaluable, and I would definitely like to share my gratitude to the entire team, those who have worked relentlessly to make this possible. A round of applause for all of you, and thank you for this great journey. God bless, and may we have many more. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Professor. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. I thank all the participants for their valuable feedback. Surely we would like to correct ourselves during the next FTP what we conduct. So now we are at the end of the 1 week STTP, and now I would like to welcome our event organizer, Ms. S. Nithya Devi, Assistant Professor, ECE, to propose a vote of thanks.
Good afternoon to one and all. I take this opportunity to thank every one of you for attending this AICTE-sponsored 1-week short-term training program on empowering the moral values, ethics, and behavioral attitude in teaching skills among teachers. I deem it a great honor and privilege to propose the vote of thanks on this memorable event. I, on behalf of Dr. NGP Institute of Technology and the faculty of EC Department, and on my own behalf, extend a very hearty thanks to our speaker, Dr.Prashant Vishwanath, Professor, Department of Biochemistry, Director IQAC, JSS Medical College, Mysore, for sparing us invaluable time and sharing his expert knowledge with us today. We are all inspired by your great address, sir. I thank all the eminent speakers for raising their crucial work and sharing with us their knowledge and wisdom in this STTP. I would like to take this opportunity to place on record our hearty thanks to our chairman, sir, Dr. Nallaji Palliswamy, Secretary Madam Dr. Kaumani G. Palliswamy, CEO Dr. O.T. Bhuveshwaran for their constant encouragement and guidance to us in all our activities to ensure that we always do the right thing in the right way. I express my deep gratitude to our respected principal, Dr. K. Kokumaran, the president and convener of this short-term training program, and the man behind this event for his valuable guidance and support in successful conduct of the event. I place my sincere thanks to our HOD, Dr. K. Gayatri Devi, for her guidance towards conducting this event. I express my indebtedness to all the faculty members of EC department who in their own way have helped in organizing this event. I owe my gratitude to all the members of the department, my wholehearted thanks to all the participants across and around the country for their active participation and valuable suggestions. We hope you have great takeaways that you might apply in your teaching. I look forward to meet you all in the forthcoming events too. Finally, I thank God Almighty for sustaining and guiding this institution. Thanks to all and all.
Thank you, ma'am. Dear participants, we have posted the assessment test link and the feedback link for today's session. So I request you to take up the test as well as fill in the feedback link. You will receive the certificates as soon as possible, maybe in 2 or 3 days.
Kartika ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, is the assessment link has been posted or not?
Ma'am?
Ma'am, did the assessment link is being posted or not? It is the feedback link.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I posted the assessment link and the feedback link. Both is being posted.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Participants, kindly take up the assessment as well as fill in the feedback also. There are 2 separate links for it.